Now, a couple of months ago, I unboxed and got my first look at one of the best two-in-one convertible laptops here for 2022. Yeah, I'm talking about the HP Spectre x360 13.5, and it has that gorgeous 3K, 2K display. That's 3000 by 2000 OLED display. Absolutely gorgeous. I have the Nightfall Black, but you can get it in different colors. It has a 12th gen U-series processor, so I'm expecting better battery life than we would get on a P-series. But what surprisingly is good is the performance on this. We're going to get into it and more in this review. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my review of the HP Spectre x360 13.5-inch convertible laptop here for 2022. Coming up.
Now, before we get to the unit itself, I just want to let everyone know, in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I'm not being paid by HP. I'm not being sponsored by HP. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own. HP is not getting copy approval. That means they're seeing this video for the first time, just like you. Now, this unit is on loan from HP, and once this review is done, I'll be sending it back. Now, pricing starts at $899.99 over at HP's website. Price as tested here today, you're looking at $1,324.99. That's on sale right now, saving you $350 over the initial asking price. Now, this is the configuration that I have here today. So at $1,324.99, that's a pretty good deal, especially when you're saving $350. Remember, I'll leave links for everything in the description below. You don't want to miss this one. And for those that didn't catch it, I did an unboxing and first look review of this a couple of months back. So I'll drop a link in the video description below. And check out this nice faux leather carrying sleeve they give you at no additional cost. It's in the box along with the pen. Great value adds, especially at a $1,325 price point, on sale right now. Remember, this is a steal, people, for this type of two-in-one convertible laptop. I'll drop a link again in that description below for those that want to check it out. I don't think you want to miss this. This is a great value here. Now, when it comes to the build quality, it is excellent. This all-metal design is rock solid. Very little flex or give in the chassis. Now, this Nightfall Black does show some fingerprints. You'll notice it in the video a little bit here and there, but not terrible. But again, you could also get this in natural silver or nocturne blue. The silver, of course, will show the least amount of fingerprints. Now, at 3.01 pounds or 1.36 kilograms, this is a very portable two-in-one convertible, easy to take with you on the go. Throw it in your bag, and you're ready to get work done on the road. And that's always a good thing. And for those wondering, you can't quite open the lid with one finger. So yeah, two-in-one convertible is not easy to do with those tight hinges. Now, on the left side is a drop jaw USB-A port. In that gem cut corner is your 3.5 millimeter microphone headphone combo jack. I like the placement of that. It's out of the way. Now, on the right side is your first of two USB-C Thunderbolt 4 ports. Next to that is the second one. They're all full function here. And you get a micro SD card reader to round out the ports on this two-in-one convertible. Notably missing, there's no HDMI port, and there's a couple other ports missing, but you do get a nice little hub at no additional cost that gives you two more USB-A ports, HDMI and USB-C. Now, as far as user upgradeability, it's pretty easy to get inside. All you need to do is remove the T5 Torx screws, use a guitar pick or a pry tool to pry off the bottom plate, and you're in. It's pretty easy, and there's no hidden screws anywhere. You don't have to remove any rubber strips, which is good. Now, once inside, you'll notice the battery, you'll notice the two fans for cooling, and you'll also notice that the RAM is not upgradable. It's soldered into the motherboard. And speaking of the RAM, you can configure this with up to 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. They didn't go with the faster DDR5 RAM we've been seeing here in 2022. Pretty interesting. Now, as far as the SSD, that is user upgradable and can be configured up to 2 terabytes of SSD storage. And as you can see here, PCIe Gen 4 speeds, which are excellent. These are some really good results. Kudos to HP. And you're looking at Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2. Now, that combo card is soldered into the motherboard, not upgradable by the user, but good results on both fronts, no issues on either one. Okay, let's talk about the display, one of the stars of the show, maybe the star of the show in my opinion. You're looking at a 13.5 inch 3K by 2K resolution. That's 3000 by 2000 resolution. That's an OLED display with a 3:2 aspect ratio. It's multi-touch enabled, which is super responsive. Very, very nice. It's also a very bright display, so you won't have any issues when it comes to the brightness. It's been really good. Now, they also has, of course, pen support, as you see here. Comes with the pen with the SKU I have, so that's a really nice value add. And the display itself has some really good metrics. Has really deep blacks, has really great white points, really good contrast, excellent contrast actually, since this is an OLED display, and it has a really low delta E score of 0.80. Remember, everything under 2 is considered color accurate. This doesn't disappoint, and it has superb coverage of the color gamut. So if you're a content creator, need something light and portable to take on the road, but want to do Photoshop, Lightroom, video editing, and color grading, this will be your ticket. Now, one thing to note, this is a 60 Hz display, no option for a higher refresh rate such as 90 or 120, something to bear in mind. And I love the fact that this comes with the pen, and as far as I'm concerned, it's great for taking notes, sketching out diagrams or artwork when you need it, and it stores on the device itself. There's a magnetic connection there, and I thought it worked really well. Now, to charge this pen, of course, you have to use the USB-C, but not a big deal. It worked really well and takes very little time to charge. So as you can see, pretty good in terms of the pen support here. And of course, this being a 2-in-1 convertible means you could put it into the different modes. You've got the tent mode, which is great for consuming media, watching Netflix, Amazon, YouTube. It's also great for recipes in the kitchen. And the same could be said for the stand mode, or what I like to call presentation mode. And then, of course, you could always use it as the tablet. And in the tablet mode, it works really well. That's because it's a 3:2 aspect ratio, which I think is the best when it comes to a tablet. But of course, it can get a little bit heavy over time. Again, this is a 2-in-1 convertible, so I would use it on a desk or a table for any extended period of use. This is the 5 megapixel True Vision camera. It's an IR camera, so that means it's good for face recognition, allowing you to log in with Windows Hello. By the way, there's also a fingerprint scanner on the keyboard. That worked well. Setup was easy. And there's a shutter key or a key to turn off the webcam for more security and privacy. Now, of course, this also has the GlamCam feature, which has the auto frame, auto detection. It also has the appearance filter, all the bells and whistles. Again, HP's done a great job with their GlamCams. This is no exception, but I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. And when it comes to performance, well, we've got good news here. This is running the Core i7-1255U. Now, the U processor will do better in battery life and be a little bit more efficient than the more powerful performance or P series we get from the 12th gen from Intel. But as you can see from these numbers, very impressive in terms of both the single core and multi-core performance. And when you look at the Cinebench R23, which will account for any thermal throttling, it certainly held its own, especially when you compare it to others in this category, especially with the P series. Again, like I said, this will be more efficient, but has good performance nonetheless. Now, doing everyday tasks such as Microsoft Office, email, web browsing all worked well. 1080p video editing worked well. Light 4K video editing is okay, although it has the integrated Xe graphics. So again, I would look for something with discrete GPU to do really more complicated, more intensive 4K video editing. Now, when it comes to gaming, this is really not a gaming laptop, but if you lower some of the settings, you can get playable frame rates on some of the more popular titles, as you see here. And remember, this has 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports that allows you to add an external GPU if you so choose. And when it comes to the thermals, as you can see, there are 2 fans here, and that will certainly help with the cooling. And I never noticed it getting overly loud, even in the performance mode, never going above 36, 37 decibels, which is actually pretty good. It stays relatively quiet, so it won't interfere when you're trying to get work done. That's a pretty good thing, of course. And when it comes to the surface temperatures, not getting overly hot in terms of those surface temperatures, so never too hot to the touch, staying relatively cool throughout, and that's been pretty good as well. Okay, let's talk battery. This has a 66 watt hour battery and it did 10 hours and 23 minutes on my continuous web surfing test over Wi-Fi at 150 nits. And considering that this has a 3K, 2K OLED display, which as you know, OLED displays use more battery life, that's actually a really good result. What I'm seeing in real world mixed usage, anywhere from 6 to 7 hours, maybe even more. Of course, it'll depend on what you're doing. Remember, everybody's use case is a little bit different, so your mileage may vary. But overall, good result. Now, if you do need to plug in, the supplied 65 watt USB Type-C power adapter takes about 90 minutes for a full charge. It also has a really nice braided cable. It's all good. And for those wondering about the keyboard, it's been an excellent experience here. Really good tactility, good key travel, very typical of what we've seen in the Spectre line in the past. This is no exception. Very comfortable to type on for extended periods of time. And it has a really nice backlit keyboard here, allowing you to get work done in a dark room, in a dimly lit environment. It worked really well. Now, as far as the touchpad, it's a spacious touchpad. It's a precision touchpad that was super responsive when it comes to scrolling and doing all the gestures. This is an excellent touchpad. No complaints on that front. Now, when it comes to the audio, the speakers are Bang & Olufsen tuned. They're downward firing speakers near the front corners and actually sounds really good, filling up a room rather nicely. The good mids, good volume, good bass, overall good sound. Let's give it a listen. Okay, folks, let's bring it all home. What do I think about the HP Spectre x360 13.5-inch 2-in-1 convertible laptop here for 2022? Yeah, that's a lot to say, but is a lot to like here. Gorgeous 3K, 2K OLED display. It is simply stunning. The design with the rounded edges is a nice welcome change here. More comfortable, more ergonomic to hold. Really good stuff. Premium build and design as we've come to expect with the Spectre line. Good battery for an OLED display here. Getting over 10 hours on my continuous web surfing test. That's actually really good. 3:2 aspect ratio is a really good one for a 2-in-1 convertible. 5 megapixel true vision camera with the e-shutter worked really well for your video conferencing needs. Has a lot of extra bells and whistles with that GlamCam. This includes a pen sleeve and the dock at no additional cost. That's a great value add. And throw in the fact that this is on sale right now for $13.25 US. That is a steal in my opinion. 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports with full functionality. It has a USB-A port, which is becoming a rare thing on a 2-in-1 convertible, and a micro SD card reader. And as I mentioned, that GlamCam brings you all those extra features. All the negatives here are we've seen before. Soldered RAM, of course, is being the biggest negative here. They're using LP DDR4 RAM, not the faster DDR5. Not a huge deal. You won't really notice the difference in performance. But I think overall, this is one of the best 2-in-1 convertibles out there. And I'm going to give it my editor's choice in the 13.5-inch convertible category, definitely making this worth your money.
So what do you think about this bad boy? And it's in its actual laptop sleeve that they do give you at no additional cost. And again, I love the fact that this has a place to store and hold the pen here, as you can see here. Really nice design, and I think they give you a lot of value here, not only with this sleeve, but they also give you the pen and that hub in the box with the extra ports that you might need. A lot of thought went into that, and I like what they threw in the box there. A really good value. And again, with this on sale for $13.25 right now, that is a steal. But I'm curious to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.